I'm here to be of service, and this is a dream come true for me. It seriously is. This room right now was only a thought in my mind 3 years ago, where I was looking for inspiration. I was looking for motivation. I was lacking fulfillment. And I said, what can I create that's going to fulfill my heart? And that's what Epic Talks is. And what I want to tell you is, no matter what dream you have, go out there and do it. I host these events every single month, with 100 people consistently showing up because their lives are being transformed just from being here. So thank you so much for being here. Give it up for you guys tonight. Whew. So I'm going to start sharing with you guys a little bit. Last month, we started the Epic Talks Inner Circle. And this is for people who want to get more involved with the community. We're doing dinners. We're doing mega yacht masterminds. And we just had our first ones this last 2 weeks. It's been bananas. Where's my Epic Talks Inner Circle people? Can you raise your hand if it's your first time at Epic Talks? All right. Welcome. This is going to change your life if you let it. You never know who you're sitting next to. Literally looking in this room, I know that there's 20 self-made multimillionaires in this room. These are people with resources. These are people that want to be of service. These are people that want to help get you to the next level of your life because they've done it for me and they continue to show up every single month. So I want to share a little bit about my journey really quick before we get into the speakers. And let's see here. Let's get this to work. Can we get it up for Gio? He's been with me for 3 years, right? He was with me from the beginning, the first Epic Talks ever, and I'm about to talk about that. And the reason I like to share this story is because you got to start somewhere, right? You got to plant that seed. You don't have it? Okay, perfect. That was my first Epic Talks, right here. 15 people showed up to my first Epic Talks. I thought about it. I was walking over the bridge in Brickell, and I'm like, man, I'm going to networking events, and I can't stand the people I'm meeting there. Nothing substantial, no great conversations, and it was just awful. So I thought to myself, maybe I can create something. So I reached out to a girlfriend of mine. She's a law professor in the University of Miami. She's used to speaking to a lot of people. So I asked her, if I throw an event, will you show up and help me speak? And she's like, sure. She thought I was bullshitting her. So I created my first ever Epic Talks banner on Canva. And I passed out 100 flyers. In 3 days, I had 15 people show up. Out of those 15 people, 8 of them were my friends. So 7 people showed up. But guess what? Right there, that picture, when I was sharing my story, I was like, this is my calling. This is my passion. I was a foster child. I was born into heroin-addicted parents. I got kicked out of high school and told by my principal that I was just another Latina statistic who would never amount to anything. Thank you for that, right? That has been my fire, my fuel, and my mission to be able to impact the world and tell people it doesn't matter what you go through, you can accomplish it all. Don't allow the words and negative people that have nothing great going on in their lives take over your mind. And that's why we're here today. So this right here, 3 years ago, February 19th, I actually posted this on my Instagram. That's me with one of my first Epic Talks, and that's me at my first 10X conference with Grant Cardone. And in my post, I say, one day this is gonna be me, okay? And I have the president of Grant Cardone right here today. You gotta believe in your dreams, and you gotta do whatever it takes to make it happen. And we have the co-founder of the 10X Incubator, whose mission is to impact 10,000 tech companies in the next 10 years. Yes. And that's why we're here tonight with some amazing other speakers that are going to be introducing themselves soon. I want to share really quick, for those of you who are interested in being part of this community and being part of the dinners, the Mega Yacht Masterminds, right? I have a charity called Backpack Attack where I gift backpacks to little kids, underprivileged kids, and I fill it up with school supplies, and it fills my heart. I do it more from a selfish place because it makes me happy when I'm doing it, right? Just giving back to the community. So I just want to share a 1-minute video really quick of what the inner Epic Talks Inner Circle is all about. Do we have the volume? There we go. So it's my first time showing this video, so sorry for all the ruckus there, but you get the point. It's an amazing community of giving back and really networking with amazing individuals that can truly set yourself up for success. You never know who you're sitting next to. So with that being said, what else do I have here? Yes, we're going to get ready for the speakers tonight, the 10X Incubator. Yes. They've been so amazing to give so freely of their busy schedule and taking them away from their kids and their wives, and they're here. And Jared Yellen, I want you to come up here and introduce yourself, and thank you so much for being here.
What's up, everybody? Good to see you all. Congratulations to you. I mean, I love when people cast a vision and they just don't stop until it happens. They commit and they figure out the details later. And that's what Melissa's done. And what you've done here, look at this. Just look at this again. Look at this community. Like, I applaud you. Congratulations for what you've done. So I'm excited. We have people pitching their big tech ideas tonight. Some of these tech ideas are already cash flowing. They're cash flowing tech companies. And they're looking to really accelerate and scale. Other tech ideas are still on a napkin. They're a concept. But for the founder, they're so real. And they're committed to making that napkin turn into a company that will eventually scale and go for an exit. At 10X Incubator, we're committed to building, scaling, and selling 10,000 tech companies over the next 10 years. We're a little bit crazy, but we're way more onto something. Grant Cardone and I, we co-founded 10X Incubator to give everyone a shot. We have Jared Albright here. Jared, where are you right now? He's our diversity partner. Jared's going out into the world to ensure that our co-founders inside the incubator have every skin color, every ethnicity, gender. I mean, we want everyone represented in the incubator. We don't care where someone's been or where they are. We just care about where they want to go. And Jared's going out there and finding them. What about 10X Incubator co-founders? What are some of our co-founders are here? Give it up, give it up, give it up. So here's some of these statistics, okay? Since June of last year, we've had over 14,000 people apply to work with us at 10X Incubator. Over 14,000 people from around the world submitted their tech ideas. Some were just on a piece of paper, others were minimum viable products, and some were even cash flowing tech companies. And of those 14,000, we said yes to 126. So we're really selective. We're looking for the right person with the right idea in the right market and the right business model. And for our founders, stand up, our founders. This is amazing. These are like one of 14,000. Give them a round of applause. I want to applaud Jarrett Glant here, president of Cardone Enterprises, because I was introduced to Jared after I had a ton of momentum running a tech incubator, like a ton. Like I had dozens of companies in the first few months. I had the infrastructure. I had the moonshot. I had the team. I had the resources. Then my man Mike Searock over here was talking to Jared. He goes, "You got to meet this other guy, Jared. Like, you're going to love him. Just give him a chance. Just have a conversation with him. We met, and I painted a picture of what we're doing. And he saw the vision. He thought I was a little crazy, but he knew I was way more onto something. And he's like, you got to meet Grant. Like, I just have a feeling Grant's going to want to do something with you. And about 7 months ago, Grant Cardone said, get this guy out to my office. He must be crazy, and he must be onto something. I got to meet him. And when I went to meet Grant, I didn't know him personally. This was my first time having a chance to sit down with him. I wasn't necessarily looking to do a deal. I was just excited to meet him. I mean, I was amazed with what he's done. I see how he is as a dad and as a husband and as a leader. And we just hit it off. We spoke for 4 hours that first day. We really got to know each other. And about an hour into the meeting, he stood up and said, Jared, I want to support you. I want to get involved. Let's build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies over the next 10 years. We shook hands, and the rest is history. So tonight, we have currently 2 committed entrepreneurs and potentially 2 more spots as well. So we might do some impromptu pitches, sharing their tech ideas. And we're going to judge them based on their pitches. We want you to rally energy around them. It's not easy to stand up in a room in front of 150 people and pitch for 5 minutes. So rally energy around them. Let them feel your support. They're pitching because they're one pitch away from having everything they want in their life and more. So thank you for being here. If you have a tech idea, because everybody does, right? Who has a tech idea right now? Raise your hand. Who has a tech idea? A lot of tech ideas. Keep the hands up. Maybe some, we got 2 spots. So maybe you're going to pitch us. I see 2 people pointing back to a dude back there. But at the very least, go to pitch10x.com, submit your tech idea, and maybe you'll be one of our 10,000 tech companies over the next 10 years. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's do this. All right, let's go, judges. Come on up. Let's go.
Eric, Nick, Jared.
Why don't you guys do quick intros? Intro to who you are. Let's give it a go. Nick, give it a shot.
We only have 3 mics, so you guys got to share.
Hey guys, I'm Nick from Miami, originally from Michigan. Built a company for 15 years. We did a couple billion in sales, exited, bought it back, exited again, and now have a national sales accelerator to help drive sales for mid-cap companies.
Awesome.
Yes.
Jared Glant.
My name's Jared Glant. I'm the president of Grant Cardone Enterprises. 11 years ago, I went to work for a guy who had about 22 videos on a YouTube page, but he had a great message, and he helped me personally in a moment where I needed it, and I decided I needed to go work with this guy. So I called the office every day for a month and a half, and finally got an interview. And today we have 190 employees. There's 7 main business units in our ecosystem. Jared's an amazing partner of ours, among some other things, a foundation, a venture company, a license program. So we're very excited to be able to touch and help business owners in all of these very, very meaningful and impactful ways. And so for those of you who don't know about Grant, or you guys haven't had the opportunity to get involved in what we're doing yet, I'd encourage you to just check it out, explore, and reach out to us. Like, come find Jared or I. Figure out where you slot in, because when you get the right information and you're surrounded by the right people at the right time, then magic happens. And so I look forward to seeing massive successes come out of this room.
Yes.
100%. Hey, everyone. My name is Eric Nowoslawski. I'm the VP of Growth for the 10X Incubator. I got my start in my first startup that we launched when I was 20 years old. Me and another co-founder started a fintech company. The company was acquired in 10 months. I took a little break because I thought I wanted to get into politics, so I became a lobbyist for a Chamber of Commerce, which we were actually joking about today.
Wait, is he too young to work at a Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah.
Because when I met him, I'm like, in 70 years, if nothing goes right, work at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I wanted to do something in politics, and then I fell in love with sales technology, and so that's what I bring to the incubator. I do a ton of public scraping. Don't tell anyone I do private scraping, except this room. And then we do all of the automated cold outbound, the enrichment, the LinkedIn automation, the Instagram automation. I run all of that for the incubator companies to find their product market fit. And once we find that, we scale it and we hammer it hard. For example, if you've been running a angel group for 3 years that's certified by the SEC, you will get an email from me this week.
All right, guys, what's going on? I'm happy to be here. You know, like, I love these type of networking events because, like, I remember in 2016 that I met a guy at one of these type of events, and we became friends. 2 years later, we actually founded a company called Pitch Investors Live, which has done amazing things for the world. So you never know the type of person that you meet here that's going to take you to the next level just by having that friendship. So my entrepreneurial journey started when I got kicked off the basketball team in like 2003, let's just say. And I thought I wasn't good at anything, and then as I got into the entrepreneurial journey, failed a few times, I realized like, okay, this is what I can actually do. Since then, I've had 28 companies. I'm just very hungry. A lot of those failed, but I kept at it. That's the main thing. I kept at it, got myself in different groups like these gentlemen over here and everything like that. Last year, we were acquired by a public company, and now basically this public company is looking to acquire more tech companies, e-commerce companies, and anything in the blockchain space. So I'm very excited to, check out these pitches and see whatever's going around with these amazing guys. So let's do it.
All right, let's bring up our first entrepreneur pitching his big tech idea. So who's up first, Melissa?
We have Alex is going to go first. Yes.
Alex, let's do
Give it up
man.
for Alex Montalenti.
Give it up, give it up!
So, yeah, there you go.
So as you're watching, here's what you want to watch for. This is what we look for. Remember, 14,000 people have applied to work with us. We look for the right person. What we mean by the right person is that they're an expert on the problem that they're solving and they can sell. The second thing we look for is that their idea is right. So it's solving a big enough problem in the world to justify launching a tech company. The third thing we look for is that the market is right. So in the market, there's two concepts. There's the red ocean and there's the blue ocean. The red ocean is a really competitive market. You don't want to go into a red ocean. It's a race to the bottom. The blue ocean means there's no competition, and you don't want to go into the blue ocean because the first mover is paving the way for everybody else. It's really expensive to enter a blue ocean. You want a pink ocean where there's an end user that's looking for a solution, but they're just not finding it. So if you see a pink ocean tonight, make sure you make some noise. The final thing is the business model is right, which means that there's some way to cash flow this company quickly. Let's prove that there's product market fit, and let's cash flow it. So right person, right idea, right market, right business model. All right, man. Are you right?
I am ready.
Let's rock and roll. Go for it.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. My name's Alex Montalenti, co-founder of the Instacart, and I just want to speak to what we're talking about here. Anything is possible. This idea I'm about to share with you was a thought on the beach. The vision of 50 million came to my head, and here we are. So the Instacart is a digital business card, and we're changing the way people connect. If we look at the numbers, there's 7 billion paper cards that were printed just this year. Crazy. 88% of those end up in the garbage in less than a week. Right? The industry is down 70% globally. How many people in this room, it's a networking event, would love to connect more efficiently, easier, just like instantly with everybody else in the room? Right? It's a no-brainer. So here we go. We want to eliminate all the waste. This is our moonshot. I got inspired by Jared with the moonshot. Our moonshot is to eliminate the waste, the energy waste, the paper waste, the environmental waste. Let's have a more efficient way to connect with each other. So we went after the real estate industry first. I have a long history being in the real estate industry. 2.1 million realtors, right? It's a lot of realtors. They all love business cards. They all love their face. They all love ego. They share cards a lot. And they're all forced to go digital since COVID. So what do we develop? The Instacart, the digital business card. Have a look at the Instacart right here. It's a completely interactive solution, a progressive web app. So no app, no need to download. Very easy to use. This is Tristan Ahumada's digital business card. He's the CEO of Lab Coat Agents, one of the largest Facebook groups for the real estate community, 140,000 members. He loves the Instacart. We customized it. It's really easy to use. Here's some of the features. It has a QR code built in, so you can just scan it and boom, it's on your phone. You hit add to contacts, it saves right in your phone. You can share it by text, share it by email. You can get reviews really easily with it. And you can put your YouTube videos, your social media, your TikTok, you name it. Everything is integrated into this. This is just some of the pages that could be included. Here's Olga Zakhanova. She's a realtor. She uses this every single day. She can't live without it, right? She's sharing all her information. She's sharing her listings, her properties, her sold properties, reviews. These are other realtors, and we've already branched into other industries. We've got mortgage professionals, title, inspection, you name it. And we actually built Digital Business Card for all the judges here. So we went in, we found you online, we found your social media. So notice each and every one of them has their unique look and feel, right? So here's Jared's card. We went deep and we put, submit your pitch idea. And Jared obviously has an amazing photo here. Everybody like his photo? Looks good. And he's got the QR code. He's got his video pitching the idea. So it's very, very customizable. The founders, 2 people, me and my business partner, we've been business partners for over 20 years, launched multiple businesses. This is the first one where we raised money. It's scaling really quickly. It started with my mom. She's a realtor. She's retired now, but she was doing real estate back in 1999 when the internet hit, and she was struggling with technology. So I was like, all right, Mom, I got to help you out. That summer I stayed home. I helped her out, and I started doing digital marketing for her. She closed a huge deal, $80,000 commission check, and I'm like, boom, this is my life thing. I'm going to help realtors with technology. Here I am, 20 years later, finally figuring it out. So year 1, we have a partnership with Douglas Elliman. We did over 7,000 digital cards for them. Then we got written up in the press, the Real Deal, Yahoo, Inman. Then we nailed the deal with Remax. So we're a Remax approved supplier, the only digital business card in marketplace, 80,000 agents access. Miami Realtor Association, 55,000 realtors, just signed a deal with them in December. And Ryan Serhan, one of the most followed realtors in the world, he said the Instacart changed his life. We just signed this month Berkshire Hathaway, Home Services, 85,000 agents. Today, we signed Keller Williams. Yeah.
Make sure we get those LEDs. That's right.
And EXP. EXP, we're moving forward with EXP World. We've built over 366,000 Instacards. It's crazy. We have 3,500 paying subscribers, but we just built these cards. So now it's about marketing to reach all these people and show them. We have 90,000 Instacards being shared on a daily basis. We do have competition, Savvy Card, Get Card, Blue, and Popple. Savvy Card, the technology is not quite up to date. Get Card, they're trying to diversify. We're going deep. Blue uses a plastic card, so that kind of went out with COVID. And Popple is heavily funded, so that's like one of our big competitors. But we built a proprietary dashboard where you can customize, and this is where we've gone really deep. Besides that, we offer an upgrade to get all your profiles optimized. We have 26 people full-time on our team. Started with just me and my partner. We've got over 228 5-star reviews. The pricing, it's $15 a month, so it's a SaaS model, or $99 for the year. 12 months, we actually did 1.45 million in the last 12 months. We did 459,000 in Q4, and we're projecting 3.85 million with the partnerships in place. How are we doing it? We're leveraging influencers. Tristana Humada, all the biggest real estate influencers. We got Gary Ashton as a client as well, #1 Remax team in the world. That's just real estate though. What happens when we go mortgage, sales professionals, people in this room, you name it, everybody needs a digital card. So in looking at the numbers, we did 602,000 in 2020. We more than doubled that in 2021, projecting 3.85 million. And our goal is to have 50,000 annual recurring revenue in 2025. That's the 50 million number right there. So you can definitely 10x your investment with us. Exit strategies, CoStar bought HomeSnap for 250 million just recently. Okay, Compass IPO money, Salesforce, Google. These are potential acquisition possibilities for us. So who would like to invest? Send a text, 516-510-7101. We're currently raising. We're in a 600K raise. We have 300K committed, and we're looking for 300K for a single investor, group of investors. The terms of that, it's a 9 million cap, 20% discount convertible note.
Awesome job.
Thank you very much.
What we're judging is the pitch. We got some questions, right? So we got some questions, but congratulations. Congratulations. Such a short period of time to scale the way that you scale. It's awesome. So you have over 300,000 Instacards that are now going to be in existence.
Yes.
How do you convert? How do you convert 10%, 20%? Because that's the key, right? You got the list. Well, we got to convert. What's the strategy to convert those cards?
So far, what's worked really well for us is webinars. We're doing ClickFunnels and webinars. So we get, sometimes 24 clicks on a webinar out of a group of 40 agents. The other way that we're doing it is Facebook marketing. We're also doing text marketing. We're doing voicemail drops. anything that's going to get it out there, but mostly the partnerships are what's putting it in place, because that gives us the data to pre-create all the cards. And then we can just approach all brokers and say, hey, your agent's cards are ready. They just have to claim it. So we built a claim a card directory. They just have to go there, search their name, claim their card, and they can get a 30-day free trial.
Awesome. So what's been the conversion to date? I know that was a big surge of cards. So
Let's use EXP, for example. We just did our first EXP webinar. We went into the EXP world, and which is pretty cool. And we went in there, we did a presentation. There were 40 agents on the call and 24 signed up.
That's awesome. Good for you. Eric, what do you got?
So a lot of times in startups, what's really important is they need what's called a moat, that thing that's going to protect them from competition. And so what I love about simple ideas is they're simple. You know, people can get them really quick, but they're also easy to knock off. What's protecting yourself from HubSpot just turning their CRM app into something that they can just trade information on quickly?
I think the advantage that we have is the relationships. I've been in the industry for over 20 years. So getting to Douglas Elliman and creating a national partnership, getting to Berkshire Hathaway, Tristan Ahumada, I got him on speed dial. Like, these are people that are really going to leverage it. HubSpot doesn't have those kind of connections. And also we've gone really deep with our dashboard. So, I mean, it would take some time to rebuild something like that.
Nick, what are you thinking?
This is a true story. My assistant just accidentally sent me 3 popples in the last, is it co-popple?
Yep.
That's 3 popples in the last week. I don't know why she sent 3, but I was complaining for the last month, please give me a digital business card solution. Like, and I mean like 10 times, 10 messages, voice notes, phone calls. 3 popples showed up in the last 72 hours, of which I refused to use all 3 of them.
Awesome.
So I will, when you're expanding past real estate, I'm a customer. I'm in.
I already made your card.
Thank you. The picture was a little outdated.
You can always change that.
I'm a lot more gray now. So the need is there. Question, industry specific. Are you like, say, Facebook when they went into one university at a time? Are you blocking out other potential customers from other industries when you say, hey, I'm real estate specific, but if 1,000 mortgage brokers today wanted to go live on the system, you're not blocking out. Okay, so
yeah, like Remax. I'll give you an example. They're agents, but they also own Motto Mortgage. So the mortgage professionals have already signed up for digital cards as well.
So you're leaning into an industry, but you're not. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
The mom story, stick with it. Amazing.
Thank you.
Right. So and I think you go deeper on it, and you know, figure out how to go deeper on the heartstrings. What tying this back to mom. I think that part of the story will separate you from a HubSpot or this or that. I do agree 100% though. You got to evaluate what's going to be significantly unique about the tech. Significantly unique about the tech that's going to stop a Facebook from deploying the same thing tomorrow, or a whoever. Is there a social media component to this as well, that you're connecting to the other cards in the platform?
There's a social media component in the sense that when we create a digital business card, since we're getting the most up-to-date information of their social media platforms, we created a scraping tool that actually scans 181 data points across every platform and comes up with a grade of how they're doing on social media, and then we offer an optimization upgrade. As far as the sharing component, they can share their card on social media as well. But yeah, you can do shares. But
each Instacard holder is not inside of
a network,
an internal community. They're just connecting to external communities.
Correct.
Okay, understood. Freebie model, people are coming in for free because you're pre-making the cards and then you're upgrading them.
Yeah, it depends on the partnership. We have 30-day trials, or in Remax's case, they jump right in at $10 a month.
And I absolutely love the pre-creation of the card. I think it's genius. And I think I know some people that'd be interested in investing. I think it's a really, really good model.
Awesome.
I like it a lot.
Appreciate
well done.
Thank you.
So I think that obviously your experience getting into big organizations like that is not easy. Like, you know, people are people and they're easy to communicate with, but getting into those doors is very difficult. So I think you did skip the line quite a bit, and I love a lot of what you're telling me about the economics of the business. Is there any type of like referral model in there built in for agents who are actively out sharing this?
Yeah, absolutely. We have an ambassador program.
And then is there any type of like in real estate, a broker will have a team. Is there any type of architecture in the tech where it allows a broker owner or of an agency to communicate, teach, train, do something like that with the people that have the agents that have access to the app?
So, I mean, Remax Gold would be a good example. So they went ahead and they just bought Instacards for all their agents that are like top producers. And then we come in and do the trainings for that. So they're bringing us in to do the trainings.
Okay. And then the only thing that I would critique about the pitch, because again, the business is working. It's just a matter of how quick can you scale, and then like, are you trying to get out? Are you trying to sell to somebody quickly? Is in the beginning, I didn't swallow a hook. And when you're making a pitch to somebody, like there has to be a problem, and there's a lot of problems that you solve here. But the problem that you led with, it wasn't sexy enough for me. And I didn't really get into the pitch until about halfway in. And when you talked about your mom and you talked about some of the stats that you of the product that you've already been delivering.
Yep.
But I missed the beginning part of it because I didn't go, oh my God, this is going to change my life. And so when you talk about using a business card as a true marketing tool and making a better correlation between this card ends up in the trash, this one ends you up in President's Circle, and really kind of painting this as a way to grow your business, not just a business card. Because I think that a business card for most people isn't a sexy thing. It's like a necessity.
Yeah.
And I think you have a way to position this to where it could be the gateway to completely revolutionizing this one little thing that we've held in our pocket for years. So that would be my only critique on the pitch.
I like
but
that.
Otherwise,
That's good.
awesome job. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so I'm going to agree with a couple of guys here. When you want to start off a pitch, one of the biggest things that you want to do is you really want to get them emotionally involved, right? So the mother story was amazing. And what Jared was saying too is like, you want to show how you can separate yourself from a regular business card, because like people don't use business cards anymore. Like they don't. Like they're swapping internet and stuff like that. So if you can show us, get us emotionally attached first, show us how this is way more advantageous than actually having just switching Instagram accounts, Facebook accounts, whatever that is, that's highly beneficial. But I just want to add that in there.
Yeah, thank you.
So in these type of businesses, one of the biggest things that people are looking for in like big, high-level investors is that they want to know the retention rate, right? So like, what is your retention rate on each one of these customers, and is it going up or down? And then also, I just want to know why were your numbers so much bigger in Q4 than the others? But the monthly retention rate, I think, is one of the most important parts.
Awesome. So I can address those. I appreciate that. The retention rate, we're at a 6% churn right now. So that's going pretty good, I think. It's going down. It used to be a 10% churn. So the biggest hurdle is the installation and making sure like a realtor who may not be so tech savvy knows how to install the card on their phone. Once we get it installed, they're good to go and they stick with it. And when you talk about the Q4 is when Remax kicked in. So just before Q4, we got the deal with Remax. We went to their broker conference, and that's when things really started to take off for us.
And how many months are you retaining these individuals? Like how many actual months are they retaining? Like you bring them on board and they stay on board for 3 months, 6 months. How long is that period?
2 years even. Yeah.
That's spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
All right, so we're going to vote on the pitch on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 means he just bombed it, and 10 means he killed it. So let's write down our votes on these wonderful boards here. This is just gauge on the pitch. The business is great. What he's done in a very short period of time is extraordinary. So really extraordinary.
Thank you.
So 3, 2, 1, unveil it. So what do you got? What do you got?
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Really awesome job. Thank you for being here. Anyone who's interested, check out, send the text, get connected. Alex, awesome job, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy.
Thank you. All right, so our next presenter is going to be Aaron Chapin. Aaron, where's Aaron? Hi.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Give it up for Aaron. What? Oh, it's going to be this one. Yeah. No, it's going to be, yep, it's going to be Aaron. So I think that's you, right? Okay, perfect. And let's try to keep the answers at a minute just for time's sake. All right, here you go. Good luck.
Cool. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Anyways, my name is Aaron Kaplan, and I'm the founder and CEO of Roommaters. So between the ages of 18 to 25, I lived with a total of 13 different roommates. Now, some of these experiences included living with friends who are unfortunately now no longer friends, and some of them with complete strangers who are my polar opposite. I actually remember a time when I transferred to the University of Colorado, I had to live with a random freshman roommate. And the relationship with that person, we probably shared fewer than 10 conversations the entire semester. It was so painful that I actually threatened to get myself kicked out of the dorms unless my parents helped to move me into an apartment. Needless to say, these led to some pretty uncomfortable times in the dorms and in my apartments in the years following. These days, if you're a recent college graduate or young professional just starting your career in a major metropolitan city, it is nearly impossible to avoid living with a roommate. The cost of rent is so high that new graduates are now spending roughly 45% of their annual income on rent. Studies have also shown that living with incompatible roommates have led to an increase in school dropouts, declining academic performance, and high levels of stress and anxiety among students. Now, today's popular methods of finding roommates, such as word of mouth or Facebook, Craigslist, and even random assignments from admissions departments, truly lack any sort of formal due diligence process and provide very limited insights on what to expect when living with that person. And so back when I was trying to decide, should I even build this type of solution and should I even move forward down this path of entrepreneurship, I went out and interviewed students at Lynn and Florida Atlantic University. An overwhelming majority told us that they were unfamiliar with any websites or app-based roommate finding services, and that they were likely to embrace the concept of Roommaters as a solution to this problem. And so these early findings, along with some great early user feedback, only affirmed our assumptions that the time to build something like this was right now. So Roommaters is a mobile app marketplace for college students and young professionals to identify compatible roommates and places to live. The way we differentiate from the competition is that we utilize a proprietary matching technology that compares over 60 plus data points in a user's profile in combination with the first ever roommate personality test that was developed by a relationship psychologist. We further separate ourselves by acting as a resource for some of South Florida's most popular apartment complexes for young adults. And eventually we see ourselves becoming that one-stop brand for all of your relocation needs, starting with roommates, apartments, but then moving services, renters insurance, furniture, and lots of other ancillary services that you need when you relocate to a new area. So if this works, I'm going to try to play a quick demo of the video. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, next time. Anyways, so sure, let's try it again. It should play if you just hit play, but yeah, it's all good. No worries, guys. Anyways, so since launching Roommaters as a website back in 2019 and then more recently as a mobile app in July of 2020, we've had over 13,000 people use our service. We've been growing at an average rate of roughly 25% each month. And we started with our beta market here in South Florida, but we've had over 1,200 plus cities of interest selected on the app, showing lots of demand for growth. Our users are engaged and messaging each other often, with over 48,000 in-app messages having been sent to one another. And about 49% of our users are viewing those apartment complexes, and they've been clicked on over 4,000 times, showing lots of potential lots of potential opportunities for these buildings. And while I actually anticipate this number to be higher, we've had over 300 people tell us that they found their roommates on the app. So our business model is freemium to users, but we have a B2B model with the apartment complexes in the forms of advertising and finder's fees for successful apartment rentals by our users. In the future, we plan to expand that advertising model to those other ancillary services involved in relocation. And eventually, we see an opportunity to license our intellectual property to universities and larger corporations that want to assist with the employee relocation process. We're currently raising our pre-seed round of $500,000, and thank you all so much for your time. And I welcome any questions.
So thank you for the pitch. This is what we do for our pitches. I'd rather show my Stripe account than a demo on a pitch. So next time, don't even put it up there. But that's fine. You know, there's always technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So could you speak into the revenue model of the software? What is your, what's going to support the platform?
Yeah, so absolutely. Right now, like I said, we're freemium. We've been really focused on growing the product and getting our initial users on board. But we see lots of different ways to monetize this. All the way, we always want to keep it freemium for users, but we feel like there are a lot of in-app payment options where we could start generating revenue. People want to know, is this person safe? Can I run a background check on them or a credit score check? Or I want my profile to be visible because my roommate just bailed on me last month and I need to fill it right away. So we can move your profile up to the top. So I believe that we can definitely generate revenues for users. It's just a matter of kind of building those features and start testing them to see which ones work. But on a larger revenue stream is definitely the opportunity with the apartment complexes. If we can just get a few buildings on board to start advertising, because we're not trying to be the apartments.com and have every single building. We want to be specialists for the Gen Zs and the millennials. So we only may take 25 buildings in a particular city. And if you're going to be one of 25 and we have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of users, that real estate might start being valuable to these buildings. So we do believe that there's an advertising model here. We're going to need the users to get there. And then lastly, I think that advertising model can be scaled to those other ancillary services, maybe 5 to 10 different categories with 5 to 10 different businesses in those areas. And they'd be willing to be one of 10 of the moving services in this area. And then lastly, the larger play, which it comes a little bit down the road when we have a little bit more of a popular brand, is the licensing. These universities have no system in place, and students are very frustrated with the random assignments that they get. So if we can kind of show these buildings that there's a lot of value here to allow students to choose their roommates based on compatibility, based on more information, or if they do want to randomly assign them, at least use it with some compatibility information, because otherwise, if those people are having a bad first year, they're likely going to transfer and they're going to miss out on all that potential revenue.
Great stuff. First of all, thank you. Question to the crowd real quick. How many of you guys see yourself one day, if you're not already doing it, pitching to a room of investors, a board table of investors, or a group of investors for a business idea? So what's really applicable is, as we're giving advice to these individuals, your takeaway is, oh shit, how does that apply to me, right? It's not necessarily just his business, but it's how does that apply to me? One of the number one tips I can give for all of you guys is never trust the technology in the room. Ever, ever, ever. Computers are always different. Software is always different. Cords are always different. Like, if you're going to go into a room, not you, just in general, like, I want to raise $1 million, and you don't got the right cord, the whole thing is sunk. It's now just you just speaking. So it's that type of stuff that will throw off then your energy, your vibe, your flow. And it could be as simple as a chord. So just your slides might shift. Always do a tech walkthrough on your own stuff prior if you can. Not a big deal for us, but I think it's a great takeaway for these guys. I think on some of the slides, reduce the info. Mm-hmm. I'm really close, and some of them are super busy, so just maybe more slides, less info.
Yeah.
What value were you raising at? You're raising $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you got to definitely share. Hey, I'm raising $500,000 at blank value. Also, are we pre-revenue or we? No, you've got some revenue already.
Pre-revenue.
Pre-revenue. Okay.
So pre-revenue. Yeah.
Pre-revenue because freemium model.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Great. What value are you raising at?
So we're actually trying to delay valuation and raise with a convertible note because we are still pre-revenue, so it's kind of hard to put a valuation on the business.
Note?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, understood. And then obviously disclose that, like, hey, right now we're raising at a safe note because of X, Y, and Z. I love the idea of a B2B and an advertising. I don't think you can charge kids or college kids to be, because, you know, if they're looking for a roommate in college, they probably don't have that much money. They're probably not going to spend money to find the roommate. I think there's an interesting play as this gets bigger to figure out is there some sort of joint venture you can do with like a Match.com, eHarmony from their technology matching software. Because obviously, you know, they're creating marriages off the ability to create compatibility.
Right.
I also think there's a joint venture to do in the back end when 50% of them end in divorce, you can find them both new roommates, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
No,
You're right.
but seriously, I think there's a play there, or maybe a smaller website.
Sure.
Like how do you get their matching capability down at that level?
Right.
But I love the advertising play on it. I think placement into apartments and condos, and I think that's definitely the play. And advertising all the ancillary services around moving and anything having to do with people making a move, but not necessarily charging them to be a part of finding their roommate. Well done. I like the business model a lot.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes. Oh, you go first. You go.
Yeah, so great idea. I remember when I had to go and for the first time find a roommate, and fortunately I got lucky. And I didn't have to have a roommate for too long, but I remember having to go through that, like, how do I even like find somebody? And then I saw the one of the pictures. I don't know if you guys in the back saw that, but in one of the profiles, it was Joe Dirt holding a sign that said, "I won't kill you." And for some people, like, you know, like there's some wild people out there. We were just talking about there's some nut jobs in this world.
That was a real advertisement on Craigslist that I found.
Yeah. So one piece of feedback to Nick's point is when you have a lot of words on a deck, or whether you have a sales presentation deck or a pitch deck like this, if there's a lot of words, number one, the people in the back normally can't see. And then number two, if they're on a computer and they can read it, they're typically reading it instead of listening to you. And so like I like take sentences down to like really short blurbs. Like I was lost trying to read and then hear what you said, and I'm turned around like this trying to read the screen. And I missed some, I think, key points of differentiation and how you're matching people and all that. 60-point touch, I kind of heard that. What are you doing right now to drive downloads? Like it's an app on the phone, right?
Yeah.
So
correct.
how are you generating downloads right now?
So for the most part, majority of our marketing spend is going towards Google Ads, because that is people directly looking for a solution. So honestly, Google Ads and just some good old-fashioned bootstrap marketing, where I go to schools like FAU and Lynn University, and I'll set up a table and I'll talk to some of the people passing by, and then I'll also get meetings with the fraternities, sororities, and get to present at their monthly meetings. So we don't have a huge budget, you know, it's really bootstrapped right now, and it's just me. So Google Ads, and then we're starting up on some Facebook and Instagram ads as well. But eventually, you know, there could be TikTok there for sure, especially for our target demographic. But one thing at a time, really. Yeah.
And then what's how much does a download cost you? What are you paying per download?
Roughly about $2 per download. Yeah.
And then finally, what source of traffic for this has been like the most successful for you?
The biggest source of traffic has still been, well, Google, because of our ads for sure. Yeah, the paid is just, it works for sure. People are constantly looking. So, you know, if we're one of those few ads that are showing up, you know, they're clicking on it and they're likely going to download us. So that's been our best referral source so far, only because we haven't had a huge budget to really experiment. And I think there's other avenues out there, like micro influencers at these universities or larger influencers for sure. And we'd love to experiment with it, but when a short budget, I have to go where people are searching.
And then finally, when is D-Day, like revenue day? Like
as soon as we can raise, when does the revenue come? As soon as we can raise a little bit of capital to build out those revenue generating features is when I can start turning on the money. I truly believe that it will come, and we can, you know, take the playbook from these dating apps that have figured out the in-app payment model with its freemium. And I know users would be willing to pay. We've already, you know, done lots of customer interviews to find out what are the features that they value and what would they pay for it. But everything right now costs money in order for me to develop. So because I'm kind of strapped, I need some money in order to make money, as they say. And
just a point of feedback also, even a test of revenue to show. I had a partner that we had a fintech app that we were trying to get off the ground, and he had tested revenue models as a freemium product. He had tested a couple revenues so that at least we had some data before we went into full development, so that we could add that to the story of the pitch. So just something maybe to think with, like, what is something like the least friction, easiest, minimum viable way for you to actually generate $1 of revenue, because it will show an investor that there's effort, because most investors want to invest in something that's going to produce them money fast.
Yep.
And so if you can show them that you're making attempts to do that, and you've tested this and you've tested that, then it gives a little bit more hope of light at the end of the tunnel. But amazing job, great idea, and wish you luck.
Appreciate that.
And then I know I'm double dipping here, so this is just a yes or no. Have you ever thought about, I think every startup needs like a media arm with the potential to go viral. Have you ever thought of going to those college kids and interviewing them about their worst roommate experience? Because that's probably some stuff that could stick.
Yeah, absolutely. We think, there could be something there with TikTok campaigns where people are kind of reenacting their worst roommate experience for sure, and have that kind of get the right people behind that and make that somewhat of a competition there. So for sure, I think those, user feedback kind of things would be great testimonial stories that we could turn into nightmare scenarios and make some pretty funny commercials out of that. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I definitely want to almost touch on what he was touching on really quickly. The storyline in the beginning, if you can, I'm going to go back to the same thing because this is so fucking important. So basically, putting that storyline with maybe something that you would do similar to an ad. And I would say something like TikTok and Reels are really big right now. I'm seeing people kill it big time. And this is like a storyline that you can really get people's attention on.
Yeah.
So like, honestly, coming from a media buying perspective, I'm surprised that you're only doing Google. Like, you can really do big things on TikTok and Reels, Facebook stories, Instagram stories. You should be concentrating on there more. And then show those type of stories when you first start off your pitch to get people like to feel it. You know what I mean? To feel what you're going through or what you went through or what someone else went through. Okay, then my next question is, whenever you go, let's say you go to Silicon Valley, okay? Most investors, they want to know, has someone else already invested? So that's my first question. Has someone else invested, or are you just bootstrapping this? Secondly, do you actually have a partner? I would say the majority of like family offices and Silicon Valley is not wanting to get into business with someone that just has an idea, has zero revenue, and doesn't even have a partner. So those would be the questions that I would ask, and let you know that this is something that what these investors are looking for.
Right. Yeah, no. So the answer to the first question about do I have an investor, still everything has been bootstrapped to date. We are in due diligence with our first lead investor. So we'll see how that goes, but everything to date has been completely bootstrapped. So just imagine what I could do with a little bit of capital. And then the second one, do I have a partner? So I started the company with a couple of good close friends. After a year and a half of struggling to get something launched, they kind of backed out of the deal, and they just said, listen, we're tapped out of cash, we're tapped out of time to put into this. So, and this is before we even launched. And so they said, if you want to keep this going, it's all on you. And I kept it going, and I figured it out. So I've continued to earn equity in the company, and they are now, very almost like fractions of what the company is. So it's still just me pushing it forward. I feel like I've been able to accomplish a lot, but I know if I really had true partners or a true team and a little bit of capital, that this could go a lot faster.
The biggest thing, I'll add this, is get someone to put a little bit of money. No one wants to be the first person shot through the door. And then secondly, find yourself a partner that you trust enough, and trust me, it'll be a lot easier to raise money.
Appreciate it.
Great job, really. Great
Thanks,
job.
guys. Appreciate it.
For both of you two, Alex as well. When you go in for your offer, like, have a slide that says what the offer is, and put it in right after the hook in the beginning, and then build enough value so that people know from the start what you're asking for. Build enough value, and then reinforce it at the end. So hook, ask, value, ask. Grant does this too when he's doing his webinars. On the front of the webinar, he's like, this is what I'm selling you, and over the next 60 minutes, I'm going to build enough value for you to say yes. And when you're ready, just say yes, because people don't even know what you're asking for. But great job on the presentation. All right, let's vote. Let's vote quickly on the presentation. We got 1 to 10. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Awesome job. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Cool. All right. First ever Wolves Den. Melissa, back to you. Awesome job. Thank you.
Can we give it up for the judges really quick? Yes. I want to thank you guys so much for your time and for being here. And make sure you guys connect with them before we leave here. I'm going to take a couple of minutes really quick to present to you guys really quick the inner circle. And then we'll head back out for some more food and drinks and a little bit more networking. So can I take 5 more minutes of your time? Yes? Awesome. All right. Let's release the judges here. Take your seats. All right. So, just to tell you guys a little bit about the inner circle, if you're looking for a community of leaders and people that you want to have dinners with, masterminds with, and connect with, people who help you evolve in your life, your mindset, and your business, I launched the inner circle last month, and that's the video that I showed earlier. And so here's my presentation. So think about how many customers and clients you're not getting because you're not a member of our inner circle. And this is what I'm presenting to you today. And I'm announcing an amazing new opportunity that I've been building for the last 2 years that's really transformed my life. And I launched the inner circle. So this is what you get when you become a part of the inner circle: a full year of Epic Talks events valued at $1,667. What does this mean for you? Is more exposure to your business, more exposure to you, to your brand, collaborating with people in this room, high-level executives, CEOs of major companies. And, we have someone here that has a company that's public. He's part of the inner circle. Amazing individuals who are really creating greatness in their lives. You get to be part of the Epic Talks Adventures. This is valued at $11,000. Every single month, we're going to have adventures. We're going to go bowling. We're going to go play Topgolf. We're going to go jet skiing. We're going to go on boats. And also the Epic Talks dinners. Every single month, you get to collaborate and have dinners with people like this. This is a value of $2,200. And you also get access to the private area of the Epic Talks Inner Circle. Here, you get to showcase your business. You get to showcase your work. And you also get private access to everybody in the community as well. This is valued at $5,000. The Epic Talks Inner Circle, again, a 10 full year. And the adventures, the dinners, and the Epic Talks members only is a total value of $19,867. So I always say you need to invest in yourself, get yourself a mentor. This is what's allowed me to build this platform. So like Mark Twain says, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So take advantage of this inner circle. And there's more that I want to share with you. There's a free super bonus for those people who want to take fast action. I'm also launching an Epic Talks magazine. You get to be part of the Epic Talks magazine as the Epic Talks Inner Circle. That's a value of $10,000. Epic Talks, thank you, completely free, yes. Also, free super bonus number 2, you get to be featured on the Epic Talks radio show with over 200,000 listeners. I'm relaunching that this month, so you get to showcase your business and all of the hard work that you're putting into everything that you do every single day. I get to interview you on my show. That's a value of $3,000, completely free. Also, free super bonus number 3, you get your business promoted on the Epic Talks website. That means thousands of views for your business as well. And that's a value of $3,000. And that's also free. So, super bonus, sorry. Let's do this again. This is a value of $35,867. This is a membership invitation. We had 2 choices. First option, to go cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible. Or the second option requires a little higher investment, and this is why we're here tonight. So tonight, only $3,000 for the full year if you guys are interested in being part of the Epic Talks Inner Circle, or for monthly payments of $897. If all this did was help you to promote you and your business, would it be worth it? If all this did was help you build new contacts, would it be worth it? If all this did help you get a ton of new and repeat business, would it be worth it? To me, yes. And there's one more thing I get to share with you. One last amazing bonus for you. Super fast action bonus for the first 11 people that decide to take action right now. Super Yacht Mastermind, first 11 people that decide to go to the dome right here in the back with my team to sign up for the Epic Talks. This is a value of $10,000. The connections that you make is incredible here at Epic Talks. It's changed my life, and I know it will change your life. So if you're ready to say yes and take action, I'll meet you guys here in the back with my team in the Superdome. And if you'd like to take an opportunity to continue networking outside, you're free to go, and I'm all set for tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.